Welcome everyone to my final walkthrough for workshop 6 and 7 of the auto loan application development workshop. In these final workshops, I successfully upgraded the application from a basic prototype into a fully robust enterprise-grade architecture. Specifically, I implemented Google Juice for inversion of control and dependency injection, a strict 3-tier architecture separating the controllers, the service layer, and the repositories. I BCrypted the password hashing for secure user authentication against an SQLite database. And finally, dual data persistence supporting SQLite database storage with full storage and local file I/O serialization via a unified repository interface. Okay, so now let's look at some code that makes the architecture work. First, we'll look at Google Juice integration in the app initializer. Here is our init method where we initialize our juice injector. When loading our FMX file, we pass a custom controller factory. This allows Juice to automatically inject dependencies into our controllers without manual wiring. Next, the 3-tier separation. So we have our controllers completely decoupled from the data logic. When a user calculates a loan, the request delegates cleanly to the service layer, and then which processes the math and returns the schedule without exposing SQL or file handling directly to the UI layer. And then finally, the security and persistence. For authentication, user passwords are securely hashed using BCrypt before storing them in the SQLite. Furthermore, we implemented the iLoan repository interface, which is implemented by 2 distinct classes, SQL loan repository for database transactions and file loan for local file serialization. So now we're just going to go over the walkthrough. So here we're creating a new user, and this is going to be serialized and hashed in the back end. And now we're going to save. We're going to try the user that we just created to see if it works. So here it works, and we're logged in. We're logging out to create another user that I didn't show you that we created, just to show you that the database persists, and this has its own data right here versus the new user we created, which doesn't have any claims. In the future, I can also add an option to see all customers, where all users can access customers or they can access their individual customers. Here we're doing creating a new customer, and you see here I added a dynamic update for calculation summary so that it shows when any of the numbers get changed. I added a listener, and then here's the amortization. It's been saved. Now we go to view customer. Here's the new customer that we created, and that is it. We're just going to log out to show you that the data persists.